Hey, welcome to Backcountry Runaway, coming back at you with my second video. Today we're going to be talking about the 650 milliliter titanium cup made by Luxada. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So stick around if you want to know more. Alright, so to the friends and family who wasn't really sure how we cook on the Appalachian Trail or prepare our meals and drinks and everything like that, this video is kind of for you, as well as a review on this titanium cup right here. So let me just go ahead and explain that on the Appalachian on the Appalachian Trail, we mainly use stoves like this to heat up water and rehydrate most of our meals, such as ramen noodles or dehydrated meals or oatmeal and grits and things of that nature. How it works is basically this piece right here is the stove, and it screws onto a can of fuel. I didn't use one this big, but you get the idea. And the cup basically just sits on top of the stove like that, and it boils the water for you. Now, as far as the titanium cup goes, it's 650 milliliters. It's a pretty nice titanium cup for the price that I got it at. As most of you watching this video may know, or a lot of backpackers and hikers may know, titanium usually costs a good bit of money because of how light it is. So yeah, titanium is pretty tough and durable, even though it's so light. A lot of people opt for using this over aluminum cups and pots and stainless steel cups and pots for this reason. It's a pretty good balance between the two. At the end of this video, I'm gonna throw this empty cup on some scales and show you how much it weighs and compare it to a stainless steel cup and how much it weighs, just to show you the difference between the two. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a pot of boiling water going to make me some coffee, and then we'll get back to you in a minute. So let me show you how this thing works right here. Basically, you just put your pot with your water on top of the stove, and you turn your gas on. You should be able to hear it turn on when it does. And then you use a lighter, fire it right up, and that's how it works. It's pretty simple. I think usually I get around a 3-minute boil time with this stove and this cup setup, which is a pretty good boil time. I think the pot weighs about 4 ounces with the lid. Don't quote me on that. I'll show you at the end of the video. I've used this pot quite a few times now, and I really like it for the money. You can get a Toaks titanium pot or a Snow Peak titanium pot for 30, 35 bucks, or more expensive than that even. Depending on what size and all that good stuff. But see, I got this for $10 on eBay. I got it on a bid, so I think this was a pretty nice steal. I looked around to find the brand in other places, and from what I seen, it was only about $5 cheaper than a Toaks, like normal price. So I think I got it for a really good price. The handles are pretty sturdy. I haven't had any issues out of them. They've been doing really well. A 32-ounce Nalgene bottle does nest inside this cup, for anybody who was wondering that. The lid is very similar to Toke's, where it has that little notch to keep the handle up. Which is pretty handy. It also has the straining holes. So I guess you could really say this is almost like a knockoff of a Toke's cup. You see the color formation on the bottom of the pot? That's been there from all the times I've used it. So I'm not sure if that's normal for a titanium pot or not. This is my first titanium pot. I've mostly used stainless steel throughout all my time. Until here recently. Alright, we got some good boiled water going. I'm just getting my cowboy coffee made up real quick. And pour the cold water in the hot coffee. Just a little bit. Help them coffee grinds settle to the bottom. And then slowly, where there's the least amount of coffee grinds, because I accidentally let it boil over like an idiot, and just pour the coffee on in. Now this was 10 ounces of water and it did boil in about 3 minutes. Just for the people who are curious about that. Alright, so I know not when I looked over reviews on YouTube for this Luxottica cup, I couldn't find any. The only ones that I found were made in China, and they were not in English, so I couldn't understand them, and they didn't have subtitles either. So I figured, you know, why not go ahead and cover this for the people who are curious. Now I told you I was gonna compare this to a stainless steel cup of relatively the same size as far as weight goes. So here we go. I'm gonna weigh it out in ounces and grams. This is an Ozark Trail stainless steel cup that I got from Walmart, and this is a Stanley lid to go with it, just because I wanted to, you know, make it fair, both having a lid. This one is a little bit smaller, but you know what? Even though it's a little bit smaller, it feels like it weighs a lot more. So that'll be a, you know, just great comparison between stainless steel and titanium. So here we go. The titanium pot or cup weighs 3.8 ounces. So I was wrong. Grams, 109 grams. Stainless steel, 167 grams. Do you see that? This is a smaller cup. It holds less volume. Alright, 5.9 ounces. So, a smaller cup made out of stainless steel weighs less than this titanium cup, which holds a larger volume. That is why the hikers and backpackers like to go for titanium over stainless steel. Too much stainless steel in your pack is a bad thing. It's a bad thing. So let's try to stick to titanium as much as we can. If you can find this for under, I'm gonna say $20 or less, I'd say get it. I think it's a steal as far as titanium cookware goes. I think you can't beat it for the price if you can find it under that. Now, anything over $20, I would say go ahead and get a Toke's, just because Toke's is tried and true. But yeah, thanks for signing on to Backcountry Runaway. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.